Boy, there has been a lot of news that has rolled out over the past week. In fact, Ingram Spark needs to calm right down because they have so many items in this week's news. In fact, 5 pieces of news by Ingram Spark. The Kindlepreneur just launched a full detailed post about hot and trending keywords that you should be aware of. And I think that every author needs to read this article to get a better understanding of keywords and some keywords that you should probably be leveraging. And this is going to be especially good for those that don't have Publisher Rocket because they've done the research for you. And also horror. Yes, my preferred, reading material and writing material, as some of you folks might know, is on a massive uptick lately. And my buddy Thomas Bradley actually told me about this before because he had some conversation with Jonathan Mayberry. And lo and behold, yes, it's on a very big uptick at this point. All that inside the self-publishing news for April the 22nd, 2024, Earth Day, if you will. All right, let's jump on into things here, starting it out with the pieces by Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark, you guys got to calm down over there. They got a lot of news rolling out. You guys have to take some notes if you happen to be publishing through Ingram Spark. They actually have a promo code where you can enter for a chance to win 20 copies of your book. There's a little bit of an asterisk here. You're going to use the promo code giveaway when you purchase or order 20 copies of your book within your account. And then again, you're going to be entered for a chance to win 20 free copies of your books. You got to act fast. This promotion ends on May the 5th. Again, the promo code is giveaway in all caps. And you would just go into your dashboard. There's no link necessarily that you have to do for that. Here's a couple of the pieces of news that actually I've found out by way of Ingram Spark's latest newsletter. I recommend that you put them, whitelist them inside your email inbox so that way you don't miss out on their stuff because they really they packed a lot in the last week. So the business update, we want to take this time to celebrate you and thank you with a special offer just for you. You can save up to 25% on your next order of a single book. Special savings are available on orders as small as 50 copies. Now, this is for the UK and Australia print facilities only. You would use the promo code UKAU Spring 24, all caps, like you're shouting it at them, 24 for the number. And you will get yourself 5% off for 50 to 99 copies, or if you order 500 copies or more, it's 25% off. Some more very interesting news. The United Arab Emirates is one of the fastest growing markets for publishing and is expected to triple in size to approximately $650 million in 2030. Sharjah is the third largest emirate in the UAE, and the city is known as the cultural and literature hub of the UAE. Click Expand Your Reach from your Ingram Spark homepage and you will find the Lightning Source Sharjah agreement. If you accept the agreement, you'll make your books available for one book at a time printing and distribution directly from the UAE. You can read the full information about Lightning Source Sharjah in the link in the description down below. It gives you more details and some pretty pictures and all that type of stuff. All right, hey. By the way, did you know you can nominate your book today if you're publishing through Ingram Spark? Promote your book as part of a curated list sent to retailers, librarians, wholesalers, consumer-facing read and review sites, and more. In June 2024, they have something for Father's Day, Juneteenth, and Pride. For July, they have Back to School, Independence Day, and Summer Adventure. In August, they have Beach Reads and Suspense. So make sure that you go over and nominate your book for these little promos. There are deadlines for this. Again, you're going to have to visit that link. And the last piece of news for Ingram Spark, it's not the last piece of news, it's just the last one for Ingram Spark. Good Lord, I've never had this much from one specific source. Do you have non-English content you're distributing through Ingram Spark? Well, they want to hear from you because Ingram Spark has over 200 languages in their catalog, and they connect content of any language to over 40,000 libraries and bookstores in online and in person. They need your assistance with the survey. If you can go over and fill that survey out, it will help folks like me that are giving information to folks like you. So anytime I offer up these surveys, it would mean the world to me and to some of these resources if you did take the time to go and fill that out. Again, that's non-English content. If you have just English content, then disregard that little message. All right, the hot piece of news here is the most searched Amazon keywords and trends in 2024 as presented by the Kindlepreneur Dave Chesson. This is another fantastic banger of a piece here by Dave, because he actually breaks down on why keywords matter for your book, how they get the keywords and source those, because it's more than just understanding, oh, Publisher Rocket does it. Well, no, they get a lot of information that they store, terabytes of information on search content that they go ahead and store away for later. They talk about emerging trends in popular fiction genres, including action and adventure, crime fiction, fantasy, horror, which we're going to talk about here shortly, which if you're publishing horror, a couple of the keywords you should probably be familiar with and using: creature feature, dungeon portal fantasy, historical fiction witch, gothic horror novels, supernatural thriller series, and dark horror fantasy romance. There's so much more to romance, science fiction, teen and young adult. They also talk about popular trends in nonfiction. Go through, read this piece. He is giving you some really good, valuable nuggets. Now, obviously, there's a reason, they're going to upsell you on Publisher Rocket, but I'm going to tell you this: love me some Publisher Rocket. I don't have a link to it inside the description down below, but you can go over to dalelinks.com/rocket if you want more details about that, or go read this piece and maybe you go ahead and buy it and just let them know that I sent you over towards that direction. All right, I told you horror novel sales boomed during a year of real-world anxieties. The genre has departed from classic themes, with new books dealing with war, politics, and powerlessness, and sales have risen 54% year over year. Between 2022 and 2023, sales of horror and ghost stories rose by 54% and value of £7.7 million. By the way, this piece is done by The Guardian over in the UK, hence the pounds. The biggest year for the genre since Accurate Records began, reported the bookseller. In the 3 months of 2024, sales were 34% higher in value than the same period last year, according to book sales data company Nielsen Bookscan. So this is super exciting, because for the longest time, it seemed like horror was the one that was being put back inside the corner, while all the other genres just getting their spotlight. So it's good to see this coming back around. Again, big shout out to my buddy Thomas Bradley. We always have a talk about horror and writing and reading it and such, and how it's performing. So it's great and very encouraging to see it getting its day in the sun. So, all right, moving a little further forward, the company Publish Drive has a few promotional events that are coming out. If you are not part of PublishDrive.com, I recommend it. It is definitely a site that I currently use. Is it a site for everybody? No, not really, but they do have some promos rolling out from Kobo. They have one coming for Overdrive, Apple Books, eCentral for Father's Day. So you want all that details, make sure you check your email inbox. Otherwise, go check out PublishDrive.com. You can go to dalelinks.com/PublishDrive. That is a referral link. And speaking of Publish Drive, you can also get their new podcast, Brave New Bookshelf, where they're going to be talking about all things futuristic in the self-publishing world, including, of course, artificial intelligence. So definitely go check that out. Danica Favorite is a previous guest, two-time guest here of this podcast, and she is one of the hosts. So big shout out to Danica. I appreciate you sharing this podcast here with me. And speaking of AI, this is a great piece by the editor over at the Alliance of Independent Authors, Dan Holloway, talking about Fairly Trained certifies first ethical AI platform. Let me give you the TLDR on this one here. Essentially, what this company is going to do, it's called Fairly Trained. It's going to certify any AI companies as being above board and ethical. In other words, they're going to make sure, where are they sourcing their information? Where are they getting it from? Are they getting it from content with a copyright on it? Or are they doing it from internal? All right. So that right there is going to be a huge weight lifted off of some people's shoulders. I know there are some people that are very reluctant to use artificial intelligence because, well, some of it's been has been trained on copyrighted content. And so some people are like, I don't want to deal with that. So it's really good to see that there is a certifying body out there that we can hopefully trust and lean on. So that way we can make an informed decision about the platform that we are going to use. Moving a little further forward here, the fine folks over at BookBaby put together a nice piece here on April the 5th. Lauren Davish from BookBaby put out a piece called What is Book Talk? 4 Tik Tok Strategies for Authors. I am just going to go ahead and give you all of the TLDR on this one right here. And it essentially is going to include such things as create video ideas to hook your audience with behind-the-scenes content, book trailers, character introductions, and live reading sessions, leveraging trends and challenges to boost visibility, so duets and reactions, participate in hashtag challenges, and create your own challenge, building your brand and connecting with readers. You can share your story, host Q&As, and a content series, and collaborations and influencer marketing. Reach out to book influencers, online book clubs, and collaborate with fellow authors. Read this nice 6-minute piece, and you'll be able to get some more details. And last but not least, this one actually comes from Written Word Media. Julie Trelstad, she's the head of U.S. publishing for StreetLib and the producer of BuzzBooks for Publishers Marketplace, is going to be hosting a chat with Written Word Media on how authors can benefit from a global digital-first book publishing strategy. You're invited for this free series here. This is on Thursday, April 25th at noon Eastern Time. You can be able to watch it over on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I've sent you the registration for free. That's going to be inside the notes down below as per usual. And as per usual, if you'd like to help support this podcast, one of the greatest ways to do it is to join my subscription video on demand service called theselfpublishinghub.com. It's only $9.99 per month. Binge what you like, shut it off the next month for all I care. I want to give you as much information as possible without having to pay $800 or $3,000 to learn about the self-publishing business. Here you can get about 6 courses, nearly 200 videos, and hours of content that keep you well informed. And I've got more content rolling out. That's over at theselfpublishinghub.com, only $9.99 per month. Keep in mind, I may be increasing the price relatively soon, so get in now while you got the opportunity. What'd you think about some of those news items? Was there anything that I missed over the past week? Let me know over inside the Discord community. Join me and nearly 1,000 other authors over on Discord at dalelinks.com/Discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll catch you next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.